Regardless of mode, these will always work. So Triple Threat Online and Offline is a great place to showcase your new dynamic duos.
Certainly one of the most beautiful structures. And let's hand with...
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's...
He's doing it all, DA. Thanks. These are two rugged teams, Doris. Rugged teams. Battle-hardened, tested, scrappy. This will be fun.
This will be fun, and we know one thing, Kevin. The execution is going to be there. There's a number of players tonight who've proven themselves capable when the game is hanging in the balance. Both teams run great stuff. I can't wait to see the action.
I can't either. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Kemba Walker is out there with Smart. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Grant, and it's George in at the small forward position. And for the 76ers, Horford is out there with Carter. Then there's Devin Booker. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Simons in at the point. Now here's Walker. Rebound by the 76ers. Simons surveying the D. Passes it to Booker. Carter against Walker with the fadeaway. And it goes down 2 points.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
A nice shot by Jordan.
Well, that's interesting. Out in space, the defender challenging DeAndre Jordan's shot. Makes some contact, but it doesn't bother him.
Now, here's Horford. He had 15 points last outing. Dishes to Simmons. Back to Horford. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And here's George for 3. Carter pulls it in. And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
Here's George after Ben Simmons' bucket.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And Simmons slams it in.
Al Horford is such a tremendous passer as a big man. Wow, does he get work done offensively.
Now, here is George. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Washington.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
A three-pointer off the mark. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Smart. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought, Greg, they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
Now Smart following Al Horford's three-point attempt. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, the shot missing. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. 70. Al Horford provided some insight on why he decided
what put me over the edge.
playing for a historic franchise. Greg, they've got, of course, the great fan support, great history, something Horford relishes.
A great choice. A team with depth and youth. They have a chance to be good for a long time.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the 76ers, what are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Jazz. Paul George is out there with Grant. And there's Kemba Walker. Then it's Jordan. And it's Smart in at the 2 guard.
Yeah, releasing the ball at its highest point, that allows Booker to drain jumpers over people. I think most people consider Salt Lake City not a big free agent destination. So the Jazz are what they call a pipeline team. And what does that mean? It means they have to draft and develop their talent internally. Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint. And make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Now the pass to Simons. Back to Booker. There's the 3. Utah with the rebound. And the Jazz say they need a fundamentally sound process to building their roster. Doris, no shortcuts.
Well, there's no question about that, Kevin. This is a group that has to be value-spaced with their free agent acquisitions in a small market. The draft picks have got to be smart. Their teaching and cultivating of that talent and development is absolutely critical.
And here's Booker after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Takes a 3. Some solid defense from Grant.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
Pass to George. George double teamed. Walker with a clean look. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Down low and stolen by Jordan. The feed to George. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. George has got 7 now in this quarter. George against Simmons. He kicks it to Booker. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Pass to Simons. Will it go? The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists now in this one.
And that's what Simmons does. His vision and accuracy make him a premier presence on the floor.
Now here is George. He has 7. Smart against Booker. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Walker against Booker. Pass to Horford. Back to Simmons. Knocks it loose. Stolen by George. Walker against Booker. Count it. Walker's got his 2nd bucket.
You got to shadow Walker. His mid-range game is on point.
Here's Booker. 3-pointer. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good moments from both teams. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
They've got Horford. He's out there with Simmons. Wendell Carter is out there with Devin Booker. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Al Horford following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep. Back to Horford. And Grant sends it back.
Well, twice on the pipes, Jeremy Grant says no, sir.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. So Horford gets 2.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Now here's Walker. And he uses the glass on the layup. Walker's got 6 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Stolen by Grant. In transition, here come the Jazz. Walker's running. The shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Horford. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Now, here is George. He has 7.
Kevin, this is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
The Jazz shooting their first free throw of the contest. And hard to believe that gruesome injury Paul George suffered, what was it now, 5 years ago. Wow.
It's incredible, Kevin, to think for a player to come back from what we expected to be a devastating injury. This is an incredible story for Paul George. He took the time he needed, and consider last year, for much of the season, he was very much involved in that MVP conversation.
And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. And now, a look at the upcoming schedule for the 76ers. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Orlando Magic. And then on Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday.
And looking at the matchup with the Heat, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a...
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Wow.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Simmons looking around. Shoots over Grant. No good from Simmons.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And the dunk by Grant.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Simmons passes to Booker. 56 seconds left in the third. Shot clock at 6. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
You know, people refer to Al Horford being the hub for this team. Defensively, he's always in the right position and such a good playmaker for a big man.
52 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside, Walker. Makes it off the glass. Walker's got the lead up to 10 now for the Jazz.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Simons. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Outside, Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
The first pick in the 2016 NBA draft, Simmons has been a phenomenal addition to our league.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
In the corner, Smart with it. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Smart's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now here's Booker from deep. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Utah, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we'll be right back after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Kemba Walker. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Grant. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's George in at the 3 spot. Outside, Simmons. Here's Horford. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history, and the names are endless. But who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. This is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from 3-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. The pass to Grant. Now here's Walker, guarded closer. Jordan trying to free himself up. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Booker outside. Kicks it to Simmons. The 76ers need to get off a shot. No good from Booker.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Smart passes to Walker. From deep. Rebound by the 76ers. Horford's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Simons, guarded by Walker. Simmons dishes to Booker. Pass to Simons. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Smart against Booker. Now here's Smart. Not a lot of room. Jazz passing it around. Grant surveying the D. And here's Walker outside. Again, the miss by Walker. The 76ers trail by 15.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Jazz.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for DeAndre Jordan.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And Booker kicks to Simmons. Pass to Horford, stolen by Walker. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do